Faces another crisis amid a growing backlog in the global supply chain. The president announced new measures with ports and major shippers to ease the strain.
This is across-the-board commitment to going to 24/7. This is a big first step in speeding up the movement of materials and goods through our supply chain.
But with consumer demand growing, factories struggling to keep up, and a shortage of workers from the ports to truck drivers, there is little relief in sight. We traveled to the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, where 40% of all cargo goods enter the U.S., to see for ourselves. Here off the coast of Southern California, on the waters of the country's busiest ports, record numbers of container ships sitting idle. Right now in the port of Long Beach, there are more than 60 container ships anchored here waiting to unload. Normally, there wouldn't be any of them waiting, and those are just the ones you can see. Way out in the Pacific, there are dozens more. On board these ships, that couch you order, computers, refrigerators, medical supplies, and toys, hoping to reach Santa in time for Christmas.
Martha, I have never seen anything like this. This is actually one of the smaller ships. The largest ships in service today can carry up to 24,000 container units.
And what would that mean in terms of goods?
That could fill 3 shopping malls.
Long Beach Port's Deputy Executive Director Noel Hasegaba said it all began with COVID. Was this something that just wasn't planned for?
Well, the pandemic had the effect of impacting every segment of the supply chain. When manufacturing was shut down in Asia, we had very little business here. Starting in July, we noticed this surge, this tsunami of cargo. So we went from doom and gloom to fast and furious on a term of a dime, and that caught the supply chain off guard.
When the economy began showing signs of improvement, consumer demand, online shopping already thriving, grew as well. The Port of Los Angeles is averaging around 900,000 containers per month, projecting 10.8 million this year, a 17% increase from 2020, with no signs of incoming ships slowing down. But even if they are lucky enough to get into the port, they sit and wait in this cargo campground. You've been here for a month?
Yes.
Long time. It's taking 3 times longer to clear vessels at the ports compared to before the pandemic. And the Long Beach port is already working 24/7.
Start to order now.
Matt Schrapp, CEO of the Harbor Trucking Association, says working 24/7 won't solve everything.
The challenge is space on the one hand, and then enough vessels capacity that's available to move those containers back to their point of origin.
Backlogged empty containers contributing to a shortage around the world, dramatically increasing the cost of shipping. From China to the U.S., roughly $1,300 to more than $16,000. What took an average of 41 days now takes 75. Adding to strained operations at the ports, there's labor shortages at every step in the supply chain, from the longshoremen to warehouse workers to what could be the most dire, a need for tens of thousands of truck drivers nationwide.
We've had a worker shortage on truck drivers now long before we had record-breaking cargo. That has been a huge issue.
Mayor Robert Garcia, who has been working with the administration, hopes the backlog will ease in his city's port in the next few weeks, but others predict it could take months or even far longer.
The best estimates that I've heard, this could be something that will be well into next Christmas, to be honest with you.
And as all these supply chain issues come to a head, they are hitting retailers and consumers directly. Inflation for the month of September hit 5.4% over the past year, matching a 13-year high. Prices have increased for items like new cars, TVs, gas, food, and furniture. Wendy Ortiz, owner of Caravana Furniture in Long Beach, told me manufacturers are continuing to increase prices and delivery times have been unprecedented.
It used to take about 2 to 3 days. Now sometimes it's taking a month. I even had a client that was waiting almost a year to get her furniture.
Sparking fears for holiday shopping. Heather Rasmussen, owner of Pixie Toys, feels prepared for the holiday season, but said she's already had parents shop for Christmas.
As a parent, I would say don't panic buy, but just make sure that you're prepared with everything that you need.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem B'Kah HaKodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is Ecclesiasticus 40th chapter. Let's start at the 8th verse. Such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. So as you see in the news, you see the gradual decline and decay of all the product supplies in this wicked nation, Babylon the Great. And it's all done through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. He's making all these things happen. Because Babylon is falling. Slowly but surely, gradually and greatly. And for that, the men of the Lord, the saints to service, the prophets, are putting up letters, sign and crying for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to destroy this wicked government. Babylon the Great. It's a wicked kingdom. And it says here, Ecclesiasticus 40th chapter 9th verse, death and bloodshed, strife and the sword, calamities and famine, tribulation and the scourge. Scourge. I guess I'm saying it right. So you can see what's happening throughout the news. The prophecies are being fulfilled of the falling of Babylon the Great, the wicked nation set up by Esau, Edom. I pray that this lesson be edifying to the hopeful and those seeking the truth. Shalom.